very exciting news today. Okay, so this was announced a while ago, so I'm a little bit late covering this, so sorry. So anyway, it's just been announced that the Jetsons are doing a live action movie. Oh my god! We'll talk about it in depth in this video. This is so exciting. You can see the headline. Don't rush ahead of me. I'm going to get to that in a minute. So obviously not only that, but also Jim Carrey. I think he's in talks in this movie as well. He will be playing George. It hasn't been announced yet, but he's in talks for this live action Jetsons movies, which I think is phenomenal. So also he was just in the Sonic movies as well. Because I heard somewhere when it came to the sequel of Sonic, it was like, oh, I'll do this movie, then I'll, retire afterwards. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But then I think Paramount gave him a whole block of money. It's like, yep, I'll do the third one. And I think after that, he was like, after the third movie, I believe, I think this is true, I'm not sure. After the third movie was like, all right, I'm done with Sonic as well. I'm going to retire after this. And then obviously Paramount's like, oh, hey, here's a block of money. You want to do the fourth one? He's like, yes. As well. So I don't think retirement's going to, I don't think retirement's going to go as it was planned, because he was going to retire after those two movies, I believe, from what I've heard. So I could be wrong, but yeah. But he's going to be starring in this movie, and obviously he's playing George, and I'm like, this is the smartest idea. Whoever had this idea of getting Jim Carrey to do this is phenomenal. Like, this is a really good idea, and we'll explain why this is a really good idea as well. Also, now, Jim Carrey is obviously a very comedic actor, obviously, and I don't know. I haven't seen all the Jim Carrey movies, but I've only seen one of them, and that was The Mask. Oh my god, if you have not seen The Mask, you are missing out. Such a good movie. People were reacting to it recently, like a while ago. Like a while ago, people were reacting to The Mask movie. I'm like, how come you haven't seen this movie? Like, what? Like, are you living under a rock? This is incredible. So yeah, so I've seen people react to The Mask. Incredible movie, loved it. I haven't seen it for a really long time as well. So it was a really good movie. Also, fun fact, that's Cameron Diaz, which we'll discuss later on in this video as well. Cameron Diaz, sorry. That's her first acting gig, and that's amazing. Oh my god, good for her. Like, she plays like a very sexy, elusive Tina, and I think she did a really good job in that movie as well. So so very exciting stuff. Also, he was on SNL a while ago. He does a couple of skits. I'm not sure if you see the skit, but he did a skit called The Black Swan, and it's him being a swan. It's a hilarious skit of him in a tutu. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's hilarious. And also, I think recently, like a while ago, he was on SNL hosting, and they did like a big Jim Carrey reunion with all his characters, obviously from previous movies. I thought that was really cool. They also done it with Adam Sandler too, getting all his characters as well, going to this reunion. It was hilarious. Really good stuff there as well. So I think Jim Carrey is the perfect choice to play George. Like, I can see this, I can see him, doing, I can see him play this character very, very well. So this is early days still, but we'll see. We'll see what the other cast announcements haven't been announced, just him. So we'll see who they decide to get for the movie as well. Now, as for the Jetsons, yes, I have seen the Jetsons, if you were wondering. Yes, I have. Someone said online, because someone's doing this evolution of these Flintstones and the Jetsons. I'm like, I have not seen the Jetsons. Like, I've heard the theme song of the Jetsons and also Flintstones, but I have no idea what those shows are. So I was like, so someone said to me, you need to watch the Jetsons. I'm like, okay, I watched it. I did watch it online, because sometimes there's like a site for older shows. And, yes, I watched it online. When it comes to online stuff, it's kind of like, very, very blurry. But interesting enough, I did talk about this a while ago too, that, when it comes to like old cartoons now, you can pay for the whole season or like one per episode on Apple TV, and it's like very, very crisp. Like, oh man, why can't you put that for free? You have to pay for it. It's like a movie. Like, when a movie comes out, you have to literally pay for that movie. And I was like, it was ridiculous. Like, the other day I wanted to watch The Bad Guys 2, and it was like really, really, like, a lot of money. I'm like, I'll just wait for it to come on stream. Like, there's no point buying a movie. I'm not going to watch it. watch a movie. If you watch a movie, if you really want, sorry, if you really want to watch a movie, don't waste watching a movie once and then buying it. It's like it's better if you watch something like, oh, this is a really good movie, and then buy it. So that, it's easy to do it that way. But back to this. So I was saying that they have all the old cartoons on Apple TV, so other streaming shows as well, but you have to pay for it. It's very high def. Like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, what's the point of me watching this online if I can watch it on there? But I wish they would have put it for free, to be honest with you, because I think that would have been a lot better as well. But they have some of the old cartoons on there as well, which is interesting. So so like I said, I've seen the Jetsons, really good show. I gotta say it's better than the Flintstones as well. I think the Jetsons have more to do than the Flintstones, because it's just about cave people, nothing bad about it, but I was really bored with the Flintstones, to be honest with you. I'm like, oh, okay, drama about the husband and the wife, whatever. I was kind of like that watching the show. But the Jetsons is really interesting. It's about a futuristic family, space, obviously. I'm not really a big sci-fi person, but I kind of like the aspect of the show as well. I really love Jane. Oh my god, I really love Jane, the show. She is fantastic in the show as well. So, all of them are really good as well. And, there's more, I think there's more story to this, than the Flintstones, because the Flintstones was in the 60s. I believe this came out later on, maybe? I'm not sure. Not as popular as the Flintstones, unfortunately, but I still loved it. I gotta say, it's better than the Flintstones. And I was talking to my mom, I was watching the show, and she came in, like, you're watching the Jetsons? Like, yeah. And I said to her, what's your favorite? Do you like Jetsons or Flintstones? Because she grew up with these shows when she was a lot younger too. When she was younger. And she said she liked both of them. But I prefer the Jetsons over the Flintstones, to be honest with you, even though I have seen the movie of the of the Flintstones, which we'll get to now. So so love the Jetsons. So excited that this is happening. I was saying to myself the other day, because I was watching the show, I'm like, how come there hasn't been a live action on the Jetsons? Because obviously we'll talk about it in a minute. There has been live action movies on the Flintstones, obviously. And I'm like, wish granted, we get a live action Jetsons movie, which is awesome. So I can't wait for this. It's going to be really, really cool as well. They could do so much with this as well with technology, because technology has come such a long way since then. Like, everything has changed. Like, now you have a phone or like a laptop or like a smart TVs that you just press that you can just watch streaming channels on. It's insane how the world has changed since then. But they could do so much with it, and I'm so excited that this is coming back as well. Speaking of the Flintstones movies, now I'm wondering how they're going to do this, okay? So the Flintstones movie, even though they're cheesy and very cartoonish, I still freaking love them as well, to a degree. So so if they can do the Flintstones movie, because when I watched that, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. The prosthetic, the practical effects, are very fantastic, and obviously Jim Henson, I think, worked on a bit too with the dinosaurs and with Dino. Obviously, that's actually a fun fact for you guys to know if you didn't know that. He worked on it as well, and he, I think, also worked on Star Wars with Yoda and stuff like that. So I thought that was interesting. But if they can do the Flintstones movies, those back in the day, they can obviously do this. And I think they need to, look at the Flintstones movies and say, right, what do we need to do? So I think, they need to, I think they need to, research, this a little bit more. And, if they can do that, if they can replicate the Flintstones, which is amazing, they could obviously replicate the Jetsons in live action. So I'm very excited for this as well. I think this is a great idea. Also, too, speaking of which, getting Jim Carrey for this is such a good idea as well. Also reminds me of John Goodman, who played Fred. And let me tell you, when I saw the live-action Flintstones movie, he did a really good Fred. Oh, my God, so good. I believed every second of his performance. He was a really good Fred. And the fact that they got John, I don't know how John Goodman signed up for that, but obviously he did, and I'm glad he did, because it was an incredible performance that he did of Fred. And he kind of emulates Fred a lot, from the voice to the personality of him. It was really, really good stuff there. Like, they emulated these characters so well in live action. So let's see if they can replicate that here as well with Jim Carrey as George, obviously. So if John Goodman can do a good Fred, then obviously Jim Carrey can also do a really good George too. Like, oh, will he put on the voice for George? Like the very download voice? Maybe. I didn't think of that because when it came to John Goodman's performance as Fred, he did the Wilbur, he was shouting a lot, and that was really good. Because Fred from the original show was like very loud mouth talker. So you could obviously do that with George as well. You know, have the very, I didn't think of that. Oh, yeah, interesting. He might do the goofy voice for George. Interesting. So, yeah, I'm very excited that they, got Jim Carrey for this. Like I said, if John Goodman can do Fred, then obviously Jim Carrey, like, oh, yeah, no sweat, he can do anything. Jim Carrey is amazing. So, if John Goodman can pull off doing Fred, he can obviously do George. So I'm very excited for this as well. Now, speaking of which, what about the other characters? So we've got Jane, Judy, and Elroy, and they haven't been announced yet. Oh my god, this is gonna be so hard. As well. So let's start with Judy, okay? Now, a lot of people have said, because I was watching a live stream the other day, a video of this, because this was announced about, the Jetsons movie. I'm so excited. So that's why I decided to cover this, because I love the Jetsons. So people have been saying they want Ariana Grande to play Judy. Now, I love Ariana Grande, but I've got to be honest with you, she's a tad bit overexposed as well. Like, I love Ariana Grande. I think I was trying to find a recent photo of her, and I saw that and so it said, because I was watching a video, and so it said that she dyed her hair back to brunette. Like, yes, bring back Ariana Grande to brunette. I think I somehow manifested that as well, because I was commenting on her, I was commenting to something on Instagram and, about Ariana Grande. I'm like, oh man, I wish she had the brunette hair back. She looks so good. And yes, she did. She dyed her hair back to dark brown. And like I say, it really looks good on her. I don't like the blonde Ariana Grande. I know it was for Wicked, but she just suits brunette to me. Brunette. Like, I tried to go blonde once. It did not go well. Like, my hair is very, very light as well. I've got blonde stuff in my hair. But I tried to go blonde once and it freaked me out. True story. Because I wanted to go blonde. I didn't go blonde all around. I just went very, very blonde on the ends. I'm like, oh my god, this is so trippy. So we had to dye it back to brown, obviously. So yeah, so not all people can, not all people can suit the blondness as well. Some people can, but because of my pale skin, I can't. I just look very washed out. And I've got to be honest with you, when Ariana Grande was Glinda, I felt she looked very washed out in the blonde as well, to be honest with you. I know it was for Glinda and everything, but she looked very washed out with the blonde hair, to be honest with you. So I'm glad that she went back to her roots to dye it brown as well, because I think that's the right choice for her as well. She just looked very washed out to me, personally. So anyway, back to this. So people want Ariana Grande to play Judy, obviously, in the live action movie, and people have been saying Ariana Grande, and she's a big fan. I did not know that she's a big fan of Jim Carrey, so she could get the part. But I don't know. I think she's getting a little bit overexposed, Ariana Grande. Like, I love Ariana Grande, but I don't think she's the right role for Judy, to be honest with you. As well. Also, people have said they want Sabrina Carpenter to play Judy. That is an excellent choice. I would go with Sabrina Carpenter. Because Sabrina Carpenter said, I was watching something and someone said that Sabrina Carpenter really wants to get into acting. I'm like, good for you. I'm glad you're, pursuing your dreams, Sabrina Carpenter. Love that for you. So I was watching something last night that she just got a deal with Universal to do an Alice in Wonderland movie, so that'd be interesting. We'll see how that goes. But I would get Sabrina Carpenter to play Judy. I'm not gonna lie. Judy from the original show is very boy crazy. I guess there's some parallels to Glinda when it comes to that, because Glinda from the Wicked movies obviously is very ditzy and funny as well. So maybe that's why. But I think Sabrina Carpenter can do the role very well, actually. As well, I can see her with the white hair, and also Judy's a rock star. As well. So I don't know if they'll go with Ariana Grande, because Ariana Grande is a pop star, and also, is Sabrina Carpenter a pop star? Maybe, but I think Sabrina Carpenter has more leverage to her, because she does different things. I feel like Ariana Grande is like, I love Ariana Grande, but I feel like she's in the same lane to a degree as well with her music and stuff like that. So Sabrina Carpenter has has gone over and beyond with her music and doing different, stuff with it. So I think that's really, really good for her. But yeah, Sabrina Carpenter. I would get Sabrina Carpenter to play Judy, and that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad choice. I can see her doing the role as well, very, very, very well as well. But we'll see. They might not go Sabrina Carpenter or Ariana Grande. They might go with a completely different person, but we'll see. So yeah, I was also going to say that I still saw her on Instagram the other day. She was doing a Halloween performance, and she was all like she was dressed up as Wonder Woman as well, and also she was dressed as Fred Flintstone from the Flintstones. Oh my god! Get Sabrina Carpenter on the phone right now. Like she had the tie, she had the Fred Flintstone dress. She looked adorable. Oh my god, such smart. She's so smart for doing that. Oh, if they don't go over this, maybe she could play this will be even better. She doesn't get Judy. She could play like a adult Pebbles. Oh my god, wouldn't that be incredible? Wouldn't that be so incredible? Oh my god. Okay, so yeah. So I would get her either for Judy or if I'm not sure if they'll do a lot. I know I've seen in my other videos they're doing an animated movie for the Flintstones, but maybe later on, maybe they could do like a live action version of Pebbles all grown up. That would not be a bad idea, and I wouldn't hold Sabrina against that as well. So we'll see what they decide to do. But Sabrina Carpenter should get this as well, because I think it fits really well, and I can imagine her with the little hoop dress as well, like they wore in the Jetsons. So I think it's a really good idea. Although Ariana Grande did a video a while ago when she was in space, so she wore like this really hoop dress. So she could do it too, but I don't know. I think Sabrina Carpenter is the right choice, but we'll see who decide to go with. This is early days still, so we'll see. So yeah, Jane is going to be very hard to cast because he needs someone to, this is going to be very hard. I don't know how they're going to, oh my god, it's so hard. Okay. So Jim Carrey, who's playing George, they need someone to, bounce off Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey is so funny. Like, I don't know how they're going to cast Jane for this. Someone said they wanted Cameron Diaz to play Jane, because I heard that going around I didn't heard that going around, but I heard it. I'm like, I love Cameron Diaz, but I don't think she's the right choice to play Jane, to be honest with you. Jane from the original is very ditzy character, she's a housewife of it all, so I don't know. As well, I love Cameron Diaz, but I don't think she's the right choice for this, to be honest with you. So yeah, as well, people have said Jennifer Aniston as Jane. That's not a bad choice. You don't have to necessarily go with the same age range as Jim Carrey. I don't know how old Jim Carrey is. 60, 70? I don't know. But he's aged beautifully as well. But you don't need someone to go the same age. Like, it has nothing to do with that. You need someone to play their housewife, and you need someone who is the appropriate age, obviously, to play a housewife mom, obviously. So you need that as well. So keep that in mind. I was going to say, for my choice for Jane, I'm not sure if she's still acting still because she has her TV show now. I was going to say Drew Barrymore. That could be an interesting choice because she's got the orange hair. She could obviously put it in the bob, obviously. So yeah, so Drew Barrymore would be an interesting choice of playing alongside Jim Carrey, obviously, because she's very funny also. But I think they can bounce off each other really, really well. So let's see who they get to play Jane. But it's gonna be hard to get if you got Jim Carrey, then if you got Jim Carrey, sorry, then you obviously got to go with someone with star power as well. So Drew Barrymore's not a bad choice for Jane as well. To be honest with you, because she has the hair, she can, and Drew Barrymore does fit the mold of Jane, to be honest with you, because she has that very very relaxed personality, obviously, so she could obviously pull this off. So let's see who decides to get the Jane. It's going to be very hard, because if you got Jim Carrey, then you got to amp the up a bit as well. You need someone who is, speaking of the Flintstones, you need someone who's, parallel to Elizabeth Perkins' role as Wilma in the live action Flintstones movie. She did a really good job. I didn't know that was her. I'm like, wait, I know who that is. Who is that? Oh my god, it's Elizabeth Perkins. Oh my god. You know, she did Wilma incredibly well, and I think both John Goodman and her really bounced off as Wilma and Fred, and I like their, you know, it's all about bouncing off each other. So if they can get someone to bounce off Jim Carrey, this will be a smash hit for sure. But they need someone to bounce off each other because they're playing husband and wife. And like I said, it's going to be very hard to act alongside Jim Carrey because he's very comedic and very funny, obviously. So we'll see who they decide to get as Jane and also Elroy as well. Let's see who they decide to get for those characters in particular as well. So yeah, so you need someone who's who can bounce off Jim Carrey, but also play the wife of George as well, or Jane as well. So let's see who they decide to get. But Wilma, I wouldn't expect John Goodman and Elizabeth Perkins to be a great choice for Wilma and Fred, but their chemistry, oh my god, exactly same from the original. So if they could replicate that to George and Jane, then it's going to be a really good hit. So we'll see what they decide to do we'll see who they decide to get for the casting for the family as well. So yeah, so my choices would be Drew Barrymore as Jane and Sabrina Carpenter as Judy. And I think you can see it already, you know, coming together. So those are my ideas for the casting choices, but we'll see who they actually get for the film. Like I said, I think it's going to be very hard to find someone to, you know, to balance off Jim Carrey a little bit, because Jim Carrey is very comedic and very funny. So you need someone to balance the chaoticness of that. So let's see what they decide to get. But yeah, but those are my two choices for you know, Jane and Judy as well. So those are my thoughts on the Jetsons. What do you think? Are you excited for this? Let me know in the comments, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to Miller's Mixed Media, guys.